of my subscribers, now they are followers, and they did a great job on playing the new mutation. So the first thing which happens is void reanimators. They go around the battlefield and bring my enemies back to life.
Our own Emperor
And all
Valerian.
enemies are cloaked.
Now they're raising hybrid to kill everyone in the Dominion. I found a mech here, the Balius, that can destroy the hybrid. But first it needs parts. It's in your best interest to help me.
So the mission is on collecting parts. You need to create some parts for Baldur's. Here it is. And as soon as it is ready, there will be several battles with hybrids. As you can see, Mangaka plays as Vorazun, while Wolfstalker plays for Zagara. So it's a nice decision to get the stealth pylon so that your economy will not suffer. And as a result, let's see what happens. So I would say that the main problem are definitely Reanimators, because then can bring to life hybrids too. And you can notice them by a stream of units coming from nowhere. Something like that. And as you see, the timer goes, so you need to be quite fast. As soon as you broke some part crates and get parts, you will get more time. This mission isn't very easy, I would say, because you are out of time often. And as you can see, they play at maximal difficulty. So you need a nice ally and a good tactics. In general, Zagara is able to bring many banelings and just explode all the crates around and collect parts, while Vorazun needs more time. So Mangaka tries to go into fast technology. Of course he'll need Dark Shrine, while Zagara has an army and she's kind of ready to go. Don't forget to take observers with you, they will save you some time and some enemies will die. So while one ally is getting ready, Wolfstalker goes to attack. And I'll show you the Reanimator when I can. Top panel ability allows to deactivate detection. As you can see, Spore Crawler is deactivated, so it doesn't work. And just forces going around, collecting parts, and battles goes on. So the first thing you probably need to do is to collect parts and clean the bases. Unfortunately, this mission is quite hard, so it's very reasonable to get another base and try to protect it. Also, you need to be ready for attacks from nowhere, because Reanimators are very troublesome creatures. And you will see that they really get your business out of control. So, okay, let's make it a bit faster. All units are stealth, so you will need some observers, or just go blindly and collect some parts. Probably that's one of the possible tactics. As soon as everything's ready, see the Balius coming to the harbor. So Zagara basically has a nice army. Her maximal limit is 100, let's see. So now he has 30, but his army is very mobile, so when it is buffed, it's very fast. Well, Mangaka goes protection with Black Hole, Dark Templars, and as soon as his Dark Templars is almost dead, he will teleport to the Nexus, as well as all cloaked units, which are dead, I mean almost dead, while being cloaked. Okay, so you've seen the Reanimator, so how it works.
You'll find them on a train running across the research area. Leave none alive.
Okay, let's look at this creature. So it's quite powerful, and it can reanimate several units at once. Almost no cooldown, so 3 abilities to reanimate and like little cooldown.
Hybrid cell identified.
So they just find places where enemies were destroyed and reanimate the enemies while they are alive. So you need to focus and kill them as soon as possible. Unfortunately, in this mission they are unseen, as well as this roach, so you'll need detection to find them. A good advice would be to see when units come out of nowhere, and that's like a tip that you need to go and find the reanimator there. Of course, you'll need some protection around. Wolfstalker brings many spine crawlers, it's kind of reasonable. And here one more guy comes. Very aggressive. So don't forget Observer and try to get details as soon as possible. When Balance is ready, you still can get more details to win some time, because another timer goes on.
Your chance to attack this train is slipping away.
Meanwhile, another backstab attack.
Our foes are headed for us.
And as you can see, now Zagara doesn't have anything, so she just needs to retreat while another Overseer will be ready. Unfortunately, in this mutation you don't have much time, so if you ignore the Reanimator, he will spawn a huge army and it might crash you, especially in the end. And as you can see, this crazy Reanimator works exactly at the center of economy. So Wolfstalker's spine crawlers are very helpful here, but still it needs to be done.
Open fire on the hybrid.
And here comes the attack. So these spine crawlers won enough time. As a result, Wolfstalker could defeat all the enemies here, and his base is still there. So while Mangaka has several cannons around to protect. But while the fight goes on, they don't have a great army here, and the hybrid feels okay. So as you can see, hybrid is invisible too, and unfortunately for players, the hybrid is able to focus the detector. So here Oracle plays as a detector, and you will need some forces around too. Don't forget that hybrid can get more forces around, and meanwhile you will still need to fight against the Reanimators. Unfortunately, Reanimators are stealthed, but you can see red things going on the map. That's the sign of Reanimator. So look, if you see something like this, so red booms on the map, it means Reanimator is somewhere there. Be attentive. And unfortunately, at brutal difficulty, actually that's why it's brutal, two Reanimators work at once. So be careful. Zagara is a good attacker. She has a great potential for building her army in almost no time, but you need economy, so Wolfstalker tries his best to protect his base. Meanwhile, Mangaka also added several cannons because it's very unstable, and at the main base everything is kind of fine, but still you need some protection. And the reason why I chose this replay is that both players can attack and defend, so it's kind of active defense. Dark Templars kill everything around and collect details, while Zagara is also attacking and collecting details. So if you play another style, like one is Protector, the second is Attacker, it might not work because you need like a lot of units in both sides. And when it comes to the hybrid, better go together. Meanwhile, Mangaka cleans the map and collects more details. Zagara needs to retreat and collect more forces, and as you can see, something is thrown around. So that's what I call some kind of a mess. See? So a stream of units goes out of nowhere, so you need to find Reanimator somewhere here. Meanwhile, an attack goes here and here. Very irritating mission, I want to say.
Everyone on this train must die.
Mangaka does his best to collect details and to clean the map. Meanwhile, Zagara tries to protect the map and her base. But unfortunately,
Material needs have been met.
I think that somewhere here is another reanimator.
Appreciate it.
We'll see.
Evaluating pre-launch diagnostics. This will only take a bit.
So when Belus is ready, you may try to win more time by collecting even more details. That will help you in the future, and actually you can solve your problems while Belus is getting ready to go to the next target. So it will go here anyway. Economy is okay. The wall is broken unfortunately, but still Zagara has kind of a nice limit. I mean, aberrations plus corruptors, or I call them flying banelings,
This train
is a nice limit. And as you can see, somewhere here works the reanimator. Red spots on the map means that he's somewhere here. Two spots actually. See?
On my scans. Mobius can rot with all the evil it has. Ready for action. I'm approaching the hybrid's containment cell.
So don't forget about anti-air. Zagara has hunter-killers, but it's better to help them too. Meanwhile, Mangaka has an army of Dark Templars and Observers, so kind of nice actually. Oracles are detectors, and if you have more than one detector, the chance that you will not get in trouble when the detector is destroyed by a hybrid is more. Same about Zagara. So as you can see, 4 overseers are here, and that's a very smart move. Meanwhile, an attack goes from left and Reanimator goes from the right side, so definitely it's time to help the base. And that's the right move, so instead of just pushing into the hybrid, one of the players or even 2 of the players need to protect their base from both Reanimators and attack. So here it is. It's quite tough, so top panel may be not as effective as you might think. Anyway, time goes on. Forces are not ready to kill the final Reanimator, and that's the unit I told you about. So Scourge. It's the unit from StarCraft 1. I would say that it's very effective because it deals heavy damage to air units, like Banelings, but based on air and with more damage. So as an alternative, you may go Corruptors. Corruptors plus Aberrations is a nice limit for Zagara. And don't forget Overseers, because otherwise the Reanimator will just make you mad. Unfortunately, Wolfstalker can't kill him right now. Maybe he doesn't want actually, because he could. Okay. Meanwhile, Mangaka is ready to fight with the hybrid. Finally, he finished here. Let's see the hybrid. So now I'll switch to Protoss, Mangaka. As you can see, he has an ability to hit 5 times, dealing 20 plus 15 to slight damage. And as soon as his Dark Templars are dead, they go to the Nexus to rebuild. This ability has a cooldown, so just check if you are ready or not. Don't think that Balus is very effective because his damage is kind of small, but he works like a shield rather. And as you can see, it wasn't enough, so no detection, forces are dead, and the hybrid is alive. So that's when you need the help of your ally, and almost all darks are dead, as you can see, 1 health. Meanwhile, Zagara is still fighting with enemy Skyzerg. It's very important not to forget about your bases, because the economy really needs to be good in this mission. So, Wolfstalker does his best to fight with Broodlords, and as you can see, something went here to kill the workers. So the economy suffers almost all the game, but if you are careful enough, it's okay. And don't forget to place cannons or a wall of crawlers and spore crawlers. So, and another tip. So if you see that an army goes to you and there is no red on the map, then it's Reanimator. Anyway, they need to kill the Möbius hybrid, and this time Zagara goes to help. Unfortunately, they will need a detector, so some time will be wasted, but still. Finally, they can see the hybrid. Wait, what? Okay, they have problems at their second base, so they need to retreat. Okay. Meanwhile, the timer goes, and as you can see, they've got 2 minutes remaining. They need to do something fast, but it's kind of hard to defend and to attack at the same time. And Mangaka finishes the hybrid. So now comes another very nervous moment when you have little time. Almost all games will have little time, so you need to collect parts as soon as possible, and still don't forget about bad armies going around from Reanimators. Let's see next. See? Something is wrong here.
We are on the verge of defeat. Everyone hurry!
And so Zagara plus, okay, let's name them Vorazun plus Zagara, yeah? Both allies are able to clean the map. Both allies are able to protect. So I think that's the effective strategy in this game, because if one is a protector and the second is an attacker, you will have less time and forces to kill the hybrids or collect the details. So as you can see, time is almost up, but still they are doing their best to clean the map. Unfortunately, they found a place where to collect the details. Yeah. So typical strategy for Vorazun is Dark Templars against land units and Corsairs against air, plus they give the disruption web so that nothing could attack in that web. I mean land units, of course. So detection doesn't work, and you can attack structures and enemies there. Meanwhile, Wolfstalker is fighting with an army, and he needs to collect some details too. So basically both players show them as kind of skillful guys, because their limit is high qualified and they know what to do in this mutation. So they collect parts in time, they work as a team, and they try to find. Here something goes wrong, but okay, they will see it soon, I hope. So if you have the last timer, you might just want to go and collect more parts to get more time. While you are collecting limit, for example, as you can see, the Protoss has a nice limit, but he needs more, and Zagara has a limit too. Meanwhile, a Reanimator is crazy. He just goes on reviving enemy units straight on enemy's base. Fortunately, cannons work perfectly here. Suicidal Reanimator. And the final attack needs to be here. All units are stealthed. Wolfstalker has units against air and land, but I don't think that's enough actually. So he can get rid of some hybrids and destroy half of the base, but as you can see, that's not enough. So he will retreat, yeah, he retreats. Meanwhile, Mangaka is ready to go. He goes with Bellows, but they still need to get rid of this attack, and this attack, I think. So, time's up. They need to do something. Zagara needs to get her army back. Her problem is gas, so she can get very large amount of units, but she still needs some characters or aberrations, so she needs more time. Mangaka decides that, okay, I'll go again, no matter what, I need to attack, that's actually his main role for this game. While Zagara will protect the base, he will destroy the base. Kind of clever decision if you have enough limit, of course. And so, Zagara defends as she can, and Vorazun attacks. So now the question is, will they kill the hybrid faster or they will get rid of the bases faster? But while Zagara, I mean Wolfstalker is here, everything goes kind of fine. The only thing to care about is will Mangaka kill hybrid himself? Because the hybrid has help. Fortunately, Zagara decides to help too, and the roaches are very nice help for Dark Templars because they can tank, they absorb damage, and that's very useful actually. Meanwhile, another fight with forces and reanimators, and more time from the ultimate ability to kill the hybrid. As you can see, the hybrid also has a special ability freezing units, so still there is some trouble. Be careful not to get frozen, and two reanimators are getting the party out of control here. So fortunately, Wolfstalker did his best, so he protected the base, he almost destroyed all units around, and Mangaka destroyed the hybrid.
Alien filth. My commendations, soldiers.
So it's a good example from my followers, showing us that the mutation can be done at maximal difficulty if you have a good cooperative work. One of you might protect, the second might attack, but actually, as in this replay, I would recommend to do both operations for each player, so that you can help your ally if something goes wrong, and swap roles if you are far enough from the place where you need to be. Okay, thanks for watching. That's my new kind of videos, so like mutations from subscribers. If you want to share with me, you can go to Discord server and just get your replay. Okay, thanks for watching and see you in my next videos. Good luck to you.